You dare to walk this path with me? One misstep, and we fall to our ruin. So take your first step. It's now or never!
Alright, what is up YouTube? It is RSMario here, bringing you the second part of this video. Okay, so I did, initially this was one video with the previous video you saw, but I did cut it in half because it was pretty long, and I know you guys don't really like the long form videos, so I cut this one in half, and also it allows me to put more information into the videos as well. So I went ahead and actually recorded this part to add to the part that I cut out. So here we go. So there are a couple other important places in the monastery other than the shop and the smithy. There is the cathedral. So in the cathedral, you can go there, and of course, you can go there, and of course, it's a church essentially. You can go to the church. You can sing, you can sing hymns. You can bring people with you to do this. You can even answer anonymous letters left in the letterbox like you're a freaking priest. You're in this sucker answering people's confessions and stuff like you're not named after a demon and your possible ancestor didn't literally fight the messenger of God. But you're in the church answering people's letters though, so I guess time heals all wounds, I guess. But yeah, of course you can bring in people to the church with you to sing hymns and do prayers, and you can actually build support points with them. So, while being this possibly evil descendant, you can also build up your reputation with chicks by bringing them to church. Damn, Japan. Like, but of course, another part of the church is also the saint statues. So there are 4 massive statues dedicated to various saints. Basically, essentially, what it is by giving up renown, which is basically like this the stuff you earn from doing quests. By giving up some of your renown, you can actually get various boons in the form of stat boosts from the various different saints. Of course, they get better and better as you go along. It's interesting. It's probably something I'll never really use because, like, I would rather just grind it out. I guess if I really needed the boost, I would do it. But honestly, it's not really that big a deal to me. It's kind of, think of it like when you go to the goddess of Hylia statues in Breath of the Wild. Even though, except for those are incredibly important, these ones are not so much. So the other thing is, it looks like they're bringing back skinship. So if you don't know what skinship is, it was this controversial feature of Fire Emblem Fates that allowed you to build support with your characters by literally touching them. So it was kind of like that feature from Pokemon where you get to play with the Pokemon with the stylus, and you could scratch them and clean them and brush them and stuff. Except for if they were people. And you can literally like touch their face and do all kind of strangely creepy things to them. Nothing overtly sexual, but of course it's kind of lewd in that way because eventually you're gonna hit S rank and you're gonna bang and have a kid that you're gonna stash in the alternate dimension somewhere. So it's leading to lewdness. Me personally, I didn't really have a problem with it, but of course, releasing something like that in the West and in a region where games are specifically Nintendo games are still seen as games for children, even though the game is rated T for teen. Of course, I can see where that would be kind of a marketing nightmare. While I'm not really a big fan of censorship, I understand why they did it. So this time they decided to bring that back, but a little differently, a little more socially acceptable, especially in this time period. So of course, they have tea parties. So essentially, you can invite a student to a tea party, which in itself just sounds like, this sounds unethical. This is unethical as hell. Like, oh, Byleth. Oh my gosh, this is going down the wrong road there, buddy. But you can invite your students to a tea party, and of course you can there's like small talk you can do with them, basically talking about like various things that they might be interested in, and it can be hit or miss because you could totally screw up and not get that right. Essentially, it's skinship essentially, because you can build up your support with the character, and if the conversation goes really well, you get to go into free time, which is essentially where you can get to kind of like give the character gifts and get closer with the person. I don't know if S rank is in this game. I heard rumors that it was. There's a big leak about stuff that I haven't really gotten into because it gets into a lot of story stuff, and I honestly don't really want to hear any of the story stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure if S rank is in the game, but this definitely seems like it was a way to get there. So, hero relics. Hero relics are essentially these like yellow crusty items that you see in the trailer that all the lords have, as well as Byleth and his crusty blade. These are basically like, you know, uber powerful special weapons that were blessed by the goddess. More than likely, they're probably made from dragon teeth. I would not be surprised, like, because I mean they're kind of the same color as the Falcion, and the Falcion was made from one of Naga's teeth. The Sword of the Creator is connected to Sothis, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're not made from dragon's teeth or connected to dragons in some way too. But only the heroes and possibly the saints get these weapons, and for some reason Nemesis, because the Sword of the Creator is totally a hero relic. So the other thing is, technically with hero relics, it seems that they, while they do suffer from the same durability issues as regular weapons, they can actually regenerate by resting a day or resting on a weekend. You know, so not going out and doing stuff on the weekend will actually allow your hero relic to regain 5 uses, which is actually pretty useful. Now, one thing that they got, because is really interesting, is the way durability works. So now, weapon durability is the same as it was, but if your item breaks, it doesn't go away forever. Like, it actually kind of sticks around. So that's actually pretty cool, too. So the last thing is a couple places in the monastery. So you can go to the market. There's a market in the monastery, and in that market, after a certain quest, Anna comes back. So my waifu is traveling through time, space, dimensions to get back to me. That's love. It's love right there. Yep. And she's still making money too. But yeah, so Anna will actually be able to be in the game. She'll run a secret shop that will sell secret items after a specific quest. They don't go into what the quest is, but the other cool thing here is the smithy. So there's a blacksmith in the school, and of course they'll probably be able to fix your weapons, because of course, like I said before, weapons don't disappear when they break, they just get really weak. And of course, they have to be kind of reforged and fixed. And once they get fixed, they'll be good to go until you break them again. And then the vicious process continues. So that's actually pretty cool. So that's about it for this video, because it's gotten really long. I'm going to do a separate video on classes and a separate video on combat arts, because a lot of that stuff actually came out too. So I'll be doing 2 videos on those. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, for the love of all that is good, share this with your Fire Emblem loving friends, and keep it real.